This is from Diego from Las Vegas. Interesting. Back to sports. Back to what is the greatest comeback in sports history? Whew. Okay. Greatest series comeback obviously has to be Red Sox coming from 0-3 down to humiliate their arch rival Yankees 4-3 back in 2004. And then they, of course, went on to sweep the St. Louis Cardinals, my St. Louis Cardinals, in the World Series. But let's talk single game comeback. For me, it has to be, may always be, what the GOAT did in Super Bowl 51. No, Tom Brady and the New England Patriots were not down 35-3, as you might remember Buffalo once was, to Houston back in that 1992 wild card game before Buffalo came roaring back thanks to Frank Reich, believe it or not, at quarterback to win 41-38. Okay, but remember, that was a wild card game, a first round game, and it was being played in Buffalo, which helped the Bills' comeback. This was the Super Bowl I'm talking about, played on a neutral field in Houston. And I want you to remember that Tom Brady, in the second quarter, threw a pick six to make it 21-0 Atlanta. Do you know how many Super Bowl quarterbacks would just go right in the psychological tank after throwing a pick six that went 82 yards the wrong way? That happened. And as we all know, then that happened because Tom Brady is just going to keep on keeping on. Greatest poise I've ever seen at quarterback. Greatest resilience I've ever seen at quarterback. And here came Tom Brady down 28-3 with about 2 minutes left in the third quarter. And in the fourth and overtime, the GOAT threw for 246 yards. Think about that, 246 in the fourth quarter and overtime. The GOAT forced overtime with a 91-yard drive in 10 plays. 91 and 10, 90 through the air in that drive. And needed to hit Danny Amendola on a two-point conversion to force overtime with 37 seconds left in regulation. The Patriots did win the toss, and in that game-winning touchdown drive in overtime, Brady went 5 of 6 for 50 more yards. I want you to think about this. Tom Brady in his first 6 Super Bowl wins, all in New England, won them with 6 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter or overtime. Think about that. That is off the charts clutch. That is beyond Jordan clutch because Michael just didn't have that many opportunities. So your first 6 times, you win 6 down-to-the-wire Super Bowls with game-winning drives in the fourth quarter or overtime. And I remind you, in the first Eli Super Bowl, Brady should have won yet a 7th Super Bowl at that point. And so it'd be 8 total, obviously with the one in Tampa, but let's say an 8th Super Bowl with a game-winning drive that should have stood because with 2 minutes left, he hit Randy Moss to put New England up after about I think it was a 65-yard drive, put them up 14-10. And with 2 minutes to go, Bill Belichick's defense allowed Eli Manning to go 75 yards in 12 plays, 75 yards in 12 plays to score not a field goal because they needed a touchdown. It was 14-10. A touchdown on Belichick's defense beat Tom Brady and canceled out what should have been his game-winning drive, his 8th Super Bowl, 17-14 Giants. Just impossibly clutch. So the greatest comeback to me is on the Super Bowl stage after you throw a pick six and you fall down 28-3 late in the third quarter. 246 passing in the fourth in overtime. That for me, as an individual achievement in a great single game comeback has to rank as the greatest ever. I hope you enjoyed that video. You ready for more? Make sure you click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from the Skip Bayless Show. And don't forget to check out the full episode of the show wherever you get your podcasts by clicking the link in the description.